What's Gucci Mane? It's HZD here. We're going to talk about some Horizon Zero Dawn today. Three things that I've seen so far in my first 5 hours. I actually just did my second 2 hours past that in the Cauldron. That'll probably be my next video, is going over that. That was a pretty sweet place. The three things I want to talk about mainly are the story, the narrative, and the mechanics of this game. Narratively speaking, I think it's pretty cool so far. I think it's more about just finding out like what happened to society, how did we get back to this point, how did we come up with the new stuff that we did, where did some of the old stuff go that like is more obvious, like maybe guns and stuff, like where's that stuff. I know there's like the scatter gun or whatever the fuck you call it, the shotgun thing. I haven't really played with it at all yet, but I'll probably play with it some. I don't know, probably the next time I play I might buy it actually, because I've gotten used to the other weapons and I'm pretty excited to get on that. But the narrative is pretty slow so far. I just made it into like the second section of the world, so probably more on that later. The beginning I feel like is pretty simple. You start with some side quests and level up. You fight the weaker monsters. Towards the north end of the first section I think is where it gets real interesting. When you start fighting the bigger stuff like the sawtooths and the forget what they are. They're at the end of this video, the big waddly looking things with the barrels on their back. Those things are kind of fun to fight. You'll see that I get kind of scared of them because it's the first time I've seen them in this video. This is also the first tall neck that I do. Visually speaking, like this is the best time of the day, is like right after night, and then you move into the morning when there's like a sunrise and light starts changing and reflecting off stuff. And I think that's the coolest part of this game, probably, is the visuals. Like just aesthetically speaking, this is the coolest shit that I've ever seen in a video game. I play on a 1080p monitor. Well, not a 10, it's a 2K monitor, but the game only displays 1080p, 60 FPS. I was kind of hoping that it would scale or upscale a little bit, and I don't think that it does. But even playing at 1080p on a 27-inch monitor looks awesome. I cannot even imagine what this game looks like on an HDR 4K, like 55-inch TV that's good. Like I almost want to stop playing, buy a TV that nice, and then play it again or finish the game, because in the Cauldron, just the lighting and the way everything bounces off of each other, oh my god, like I want to stop playing this game and play it. I think you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you play this game without a 4K TV, and I play it on a 27-inch monitor and it looks awesome. So that's something to think about if you're thinking about buying this game, is maybe picking up a 4K TV too. I picked up the Pro for this game thinking that it would upscale to 2K somehow, but it doesn't, so that's okay with me. I'm not too worried about it. Looks awesome right now. I love the monitor that I play on, so it's not that big a deal to me. The third thing that I want to talk about is the mechanics of this game. Everything so far seems super solid and balanced. Like I haven't found anything that, other than maybe the tripcaster, that I use all the time without using anything else. Like I feel like the rope caster is pretty useful in its own respect. The tripcaster is super useful. If you take your time and plan stuff around these mechanics, you can do a lot of tricky stuff against a lot of stuff that maybe you don't know how to take on, or like just get creative. That's my biggest thing with these mechanics, is like it allows the player to get super creative, and you don't really have to know what you're doing as long as you come up with an idea, something. If you get some traps down, if you get into a spot where your rope caster is going to do you some good, if you get up against a robot that's different from what you're used to, just get creative. Try different things. Don't be afraid to die. Although dying in this game does suck, even if I have to go out of my way a few minutes to find a save point, do it, because dinosaurs in this game will wreck your ass if you're not careful. It only really takes a couple hits, and if you get a couple things that kind of surround you really quickly and They can fuck your shit up quick. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys want a longer version of this. We'll do like a podcast type thing, or maybe I'll bring someone else in and we'll talk a little more. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.